Hi, in this video I'm going to be going over how to create a death screen effect for a first person camera in Unreal Engine. So first we're going to create a user interface. This will be our bloody screen, and just going to get an image and just drag it into the main part, and then in brush we're going to select our image and it's a bloody overlay. I'll link in the description to where to download this image, so you can use the same one as this or any other one. And then you're going to want to anchor it so that it just stays in place and compile. So this will appear when our player gets hurt. Then we're going to make our camera shake. So in Blueprints, go to camera shake, and this will be the shake effect that will happen when our player's dead. And go to oscillation duration and just put 0.4. So this will be like how long the shake effect lasts. And then we're going to go to our pitch and yaw, and go for amplitude, go 5, and for frequency, go 50, and for yaw, go 5, and frequency 50. This just changes how the camera moves, like left and right and up and down. So when we die, our camera's going to shake a bit. Then we're going to go to our first person BP, and in it, we're gonna want to remove the characters mesh and guns, as we don't want these to be visible in our game. And I'm just gonna disconnect the input action file so that our player can't shoot any bullets. And we're gonna want to attach the camera to our mesh. We'll need this later for when the player's falling down when he dies. And so I'm going to make it when you press the 1 key, it's going to trigger our player's death. So I'm going to drag off our player world camera shake, and we're just going to select the camera shake that we just created. And then we're going off this, we're going to want to get our widget that we just created. A widget, so our blood widget, and then we want to add this to our viewport. Yeah, so that is all good. Then just compile, and then we'll press 1. Alright, that's it. Just make sure with the player world camera shake that we change our outer radius to like a value of 600 so that the camera shakes a bit. I forgot to add that, so make sure you add that. Obviously if you increase that, that will make the shaking a bit more. Okay, we're going to make it so when the player falls down, the camera is going to, so when the player dies, he's going to fall down, and so will the camera. So that's why we attach the camera to our mesh. I'm just getting the value, because this is the way the player's going to fall. So that was, the rotation is -90. We're going to need that value. So I'm going to create a timeline. This will be the death fall, so when our player falls. And inside it, we're going to want to create a float track, and I'm going to make, I don't know what happened. So we're going to want our float track to be 1, and I'm just going to delete that. And so this will be how long our track is, and then we're going to want to add a key to our curve loop, and at time 0, we want a value of 0, and we're going to want to add another float track, time 1, value 1. And then compile, and we'll go to our event graph, and we are going to get the mesh, and then we're going to set rotation, set world rotation, and in new rotation you want to split the structure, and we're going to connect new track to our what, because this is the axis we want to move, and we're just going to plug that in. And play from start, and we click compile, and then click 1. Okay, that did not work. It's because that value is 1, that needs to be 90, so that our player falls. And then when we click 1, our player will fall down when we click that. Okay, so just going to make, I think, the black and white camera. So we're going to duplicate the camera, and I'm just going to call this our black and white camera. This will be the camera when our player dies. So we're going to attach this to our mesh as well, and then just drag it in the same position. Yep. And then we're gonna want to untick auto activate, as by default it'll be activated. And we're gonna go to saturation, saturation, shadows I think, and then we're gonna wanna set this value to 0. And then compile, and in our first person character, we're going to set active. So this one we die, we're going to set active our black and white camera. Oh, I'm just making sure it's attached to our player, and then plug that in and click new active, and then we're going to just duplicate this, and then we want to plug it in and change our target to our default. This will just turn the black and white camera on, and we'll turn the main camera off. And then compile, play. Okay, that did not work. Oh, you need to set new active off. Okay, still not. So if we go to our our black and white camera, saturation. Okay. It's because I did it in the shadows. It's global saturation, which needs to be 0. Yeah, so global saturation needs to be 0. And then our camera will be black and white. So now if we click 1, our camera now goes black and white. Okay, so we're almost there. So in our Blurred UI script, we're going to, I'm just going to move that up. We're going to go into our graph, and then I'm just going to get our third person. We want to cast to our first person character. Yep. And then as object, we'll get player controller, and just plug that in. And then image, we're going to get an image, as we're going to set this image black for like our black and white screen. So as we want the color to be black when our player dies, the blur to go black. So we want to I can't remember it. Something to do with the tint. Okay, I'm gonna cut this bit out. We're going to want to get our set brush tint color, and then make slate color, and just drag this to black. This will make the color of the blood go black. So then I'm gonna make a new condition called has fallen, as when the player's fallen, we want the blood to go black to match the camera. So then I'm going to set the variable has fallen after the player's fallen, and then after this we are going to go back to our UI and then get the has fallen variable, and we're going to off this we're going to drag a branch and plug that in, and when this is true it will we're going to add a delay, so a delay of 1 second, and when this is true we're going to set the brush tint color to black. And if we compile, so that's because it's not compiled in the first person character. This should be fine now. So that needs to be the player character, not player controller. Oops, and so now we're going to get our text, which just says "You are dead." So call this in it, "You are dead," and then I'm just gonna. You want to change the size of it so it's a bit bigger, and it's important. Make sure that it is a variable. Just gonna make this size 85 and just put it in the middle of the screen. And yeah, you want, by default you want to set it to hidden, as by default it will be visible. That's important. And then we're going to want to compile, and then we're going to add a delay, and then after this delay we're going to set visible text. I'm just going to change this to 1 second. Now, here, in the first person character, after the player has fallen, I'm just making some space. I'm going to make it so he can't move at all. So off this, I'm just going to disable character movement, compile. I had to go back and add this. After you disable movement, you're going to want to add a delay of just 1 second. So that this makes it when the player falls, it's first coloured, and then when he falls to the ground, it goes grey. Now you click 1, the player will fall, and then it'll be "You are dead." And that is the tutorial.